What's up guys, your friendly neighbor Demon here, bringing you a new video, and today we're bringing a quick demo review. This isn't going to be as analytical as some previous demo reviews I've done. We're just literally going to watch Ropz play. Ropz, the carry man of Mousesports. I actually already recorded this video, but for some reason there was literally no audio. I mean, I know why there was no mic audio, because it was muted in Streamlabs because I'm an idiot. But there wasn't even game audio. So unfortunately we're going to lose a bit of my genuine reaction of watching this demo for the first time. But now we can watch it again and really sort of understand it a bit more. And well, I mean, I'll be watching it again and understanding it a bit more. But I got a lot from it the first time, and hopefully you can get a lot from it watching it as well. But Ropz, this is the first game of the ESL Pro League for Mousesports. Unfortunately, they lost it to Ence, but Ropz actually went ham. In particular, we are going to be looking at this Vertigo game, which is the map that Mousesports actually won 16-5, quite a dominant showing, and they had a brilliant T-side, supported by a lot of frags from Ropz. Obviously, a couple of the other guys are chipping in as well. Ropz had a 20 for 9.5. on T side, a 2 rating on the T side of Vertigo. So we're going to take a look at what happened, where those frags came from. There's some quite interesting rounds. There's a good look in to see how Mousesports are functioning currently on this map in particular, but you can see that they definitely have a game plan there under Dexter's new leadership. So it's a good demo to watch, and interesting to see how Ropz operates and his role, and how he actually gets these frags. So let's take a look. Okay, so here we go, boys. Going into the pistol round straight away. Have fun is called. Let's get into it. Right, so Glock. Fade. Some nice stickers on it, first of all. This is not a cheap Glock that Ropz has just here. You can see he's lining up some sort of smoke here on the stairs. There's a lot of A presence is coming towards that side of the map from Mousesports, but the stack is actually on towards B or Ence. This is a really good pistol for Mousesports so far. D has just shown some presence, and Ropz is just holding this B push, and he's still lined up for this smoke. There you go. There's a smoke lineup for you. That is actually going to land on the left side of sight from the T stairs. D here actually gets dropped, and the lurk continues to come in. It's actually quite an interesting pistol round here. This is actually an A split for Mousesports. So the front of the site has been pushed by the most of the team, and then the 2 flankers coming in just here. They just walk through. Ropz finds one clean tap, another one just there. You can see his aim already coming through. First bit of accuracy is unbelievable from Ropz. But this is actually a really interesting round in terms of actually using Vertigo to its extent, rather than everyone just rushing up the ramp, smoking up the site, planting, hoping for the best on the post plant. They actually come in with the flank, and that's actually what wins them the rounds. They actually come in, they shoot everyone in the back, and yeah, it's good. We got a bit of a tech delay from BMAS was restarting CS, I believe, looking at the chat, so let's just fast forward. Yeah, really nice map usage and lurking from Ropz, and I don't actually know who the other guy was, but moving to second round. Ropz has the only AK of the round. He has flashed off. Nice flash from Ence. He's getting pushed and run down by Diha. So full spy coming in from Ence just here, and the rest of the team have just pushed onto B, looking for for fixing the round basically. And it has actually come back to Mousesports. Good call from them to just push the B site. They knew that quite a few people would push mid, so part of the map is going to be weak, and with the numbers and the full spy, you should be able to make it work. And they have a bit of a janky nade, but it looks like the end side is just saving at this point. So moving on to the next one. So the investment from Ropz, he actually loses the AK unfortunately, and it's now on the back of Diha. So not a great round from Ropz then. Good push from Ence. Really great flash. He was blind for a long time, and he was stuck in no man's land. Potentially lining up the construction smoke. Nope, he doesn't go for it this round. That smoke's off the construction area. Ence are actually pushing towards Ropz again. He's being a lot more careful this round. You can see he's clear. He gets the info. Well, they have pushed. Unfortunately, loses out the duel. Another push from Ence in that situation. He does put Diha very low though. It's like Mouse is choosing to go towards B once again. And once again, it looks like they're clutching up. BMAS just coming in with the entries. And there you go. Man, last time I did this, I started yawning, and now I'm yawning again. So again, we've seen a rough round from Ropz. He's been caught out in middle a couple of times. 2 rounds in a row, both by Diha. Very unlucky to win that gunfight on Diha in the last round, to be honest. But he's got his signature Bloodsport AK with the Ropz foil stickers on. Construction smoke this time. He's letting it fly. Looks like it's going to be some sort of A presence from Mousesports. Or actually, it's a bit of a fake towards A. Frozen's showing some presence, so you can see. That smoke, by the way, is this smoke just here. It lands on the construction area to avoid people peeking from this construction area, and allows people to more easily push up here and get control of this this part of the map. In this point, it's actually just this smoke from Ropz is actually just more for showing presence and denying information from the Ence side, and you can see Frozen's most likely throwing this smoke as well, just here to deny ramp info. So they're trying to show a lot of presence on this part of the map, and you can see it's working. They've got Snappy over here in elevator, Alu and Diha also floating around A. So they're trying to clear out the B side because 3 of them are outside B. But we've got Ropz here just holding this mid push. He's obviously very wary of it after Ence pushing it 2 times in a row. There isn't a push this time, but he's obviously making sure that this is clear. And we can see in a sec, he's actually got a nade line up for jump up. Unfortunately, Doto actually dropped off of the jump up area just before he threw that. But there's a nade line up for you. A nice little jump throw. Frozen actually gets dropped on ramp. And they're actually going back towards ramp here. So Ropz is falling off. Still just holding the back line. He's just making sure no one's pushing anything. You can see once his job is definitely lurking on this map at the moment when they're going towards A or in the early round towards mid. He's just holding the flank, making sure no one pushes anything. Anyone's getting too aggressive. Let's just fast forward a little bit here. Again, he's just at the back line. Hoping that BMAS and A-Core can find some sort of opening. Actually making his way forward towards construction at this point. I think Ali's actually here holding this though. Supported flash. Unfortunately, good angle from Alu. And everyone just gets dropped. So that's a bit of a slow round from Mouse. A bit of a... Nothing really happened. They didn't get anything done. Frozen just gets dropped on the ramp, and they try and look up, see if Ence gives them anything, and they didn't. We're on a bit of a force buy here for Ence. Ropz this time is being a bit more aggressive towards mid. He's taking some space early in front of that Molotov from the CT side. So he's got quite a lot of more information that no one's pushed up on these close angles. BMAS actually finds a pick on a ramp, and you can see how Ropz clears out angles here. He's making sure he clears everything, and before he moves on to the next angle, nice fast headshot from Ropz just here. Doto was not ready for that. Wins out a duel with a deagle against an AWP. You can see how he just falls off. He doesn't like try and grab the AWP. He doesn't run forward and try and take the space. He very carefully thinks about what he's doing. Ence actually naded that AWP away from mid to make sure that he doesn't get it. And Snappy's actually re-aggressing, trying to find and clear this part of the map out. So this is a really essential piece of the way that Ropz plays. He's shown some presence in mid, And because of this presence and because of the pick that BMAS got earlier on the B ramp as well, Ence are very scared of this position. They don't want to be sandwiched on the B site and taken out. They want some sort of map control, and this is how powerful just Ropz staying alive is. Just playing your own life can be really, really useful. You can see Snappy actually trying to clear this out and make the B retake most likely more successful because they know that mid is clear. Unfortunately, Ropz is just too good. It just steps out and one-taps Snappy. That was kind of a whiff from Snappy, to be honest. He should have done a lot better than that. And now Ropz has an AK in his hands. Oh, I'm yawning again. So really nice play, patient play from Ropz just there, lurking out mid, finding a couple of picks, easy 1-digs. He lets the battles come to him. He doesn't run in, go searching, madman kind of thing. And I think that's what they were trying to do the previous round before that. They were hoping that Mouse or Ence would try and find something, but nothing came to them. But that round it did. Ropz again with the short smoke or the construction smoke. He gets flashed in. Oh, he gets flashed in mid. He's going to be very wary of someone pushing towards mid this round. You can see he's already backing off. He's worried about that. You can see Ence were trying to deny him, trying to lurk through this mid area again after having so much impact last round. And you can see Mouse are now moving towards A, and Ropz is in this holding the flank position once again since they are going towards this A site. Let's just fast forward this lurk a little bit. He's always very focused. Unfortunately, his entire team drop. This is quite an interesting round just here. So he's in a 1v5 situation. He finds the first Snappy. It's okay that Snappy dies. He found the information of where Ropz is, and that is incredibly powerful. Unfortunately, he just drops the like a sack of shit once again. Finds another one, or gets a 1v1 duel. Alu, unfortunately, doesn't get the trade. And then he whiffs. Alu whiffs, and Ropz finds the 4th kill. Unfortunately, isn't ready for Spinks on short. So, although his whole team die, Ropz takes out 4 people all by himself. You can see how he's methodically clearing everything before he moves further on in the map. Ence actually gave him all of that. If Dheer didn't peek at all, and he waited for contact towards the site, it wouldn't have come nearly that close. Nearly that close at all. The problem with this round is Ropz is trying to do it all. Again, on round 4 or wherever it was, Mouse, they all died one by one. They didn't find anything, and the round just fell apart because they just didn't find anything. And Ropz comes along and just tries to clear up. And this is actually going to come really significant towards the next couple of rounds. Bit of a tactical timeout, I think. Again, the short smoke coming in. Interestingly, they've actually gone for a bit of an eco here and a hero AK on Frozen. And the entire team are stacking towards the ramp this time. But Ence also has that same read. You can see that the entire team is over towards the A site, and Ali just holding the B stairs with the AWP. Ropz again holding the flank. Nothing's coming. Dheer, he drops a couple of people. Acor actually finds 2 with the AK salvaged from Frozen's body. And now Ropz is left in a 1v3 again. Another clutch situation for Ropz. He finds the AK again, strategically clearing out these angles, looking to see if anyone gives him any headshots or anyone just walks into his crosshair. Moving forward, Alu, he goes for a peek, unfortunately misses the shot, and Ropz takes advantage of that. Now, 1v2 situation, he goes for the fake plant. Shots coming from short. Takes out the high health player. He knows that there was another FAMAS there on short, and he takes it out. So now we're going to see the real impact of Ropz. He actually wins the 1v3. He manages to get 1v1s and takes them out. They just keep peeking him, and he just takes taking them down, man. But we actually see the real... so there's a bit of a tactical timeout here because it's actually a terrorist timeout, interestingly enough. So let's just fast forward through this. But you can actually see through Ropz' kills, he's completely broken the money of Ence in this game. So they're on a bit of a janky buy last round because of his 1v5 attempt. And now he's got another 1v3. And now Ence have no money at all. Ence are 5-2 down. And they're forcing into this round as well. So Ence are desperately trying to get some rounds on the board here to stop Mouse running away with his half just here. And this is all mainly because of Ropz' last two rounds just having massive impact, getting these frags, dropping these bodies, and draining the money of Ence. Even though they lost a couple of the last rounds, Ence have simply lost all their money because of this man. Really tight angle on mid just here. He's holding the mid push. Just looking at the B stairs, just here, it's a bit of a new look for Ropz. He's trying to be a bit more active in finding these picks in the 4v4 situation. He actually seems to be one of the first guys that goes in on both on the B stairs and the mid position during this game. So on the A ramp, he's definitely the lurker, the guy at the back. That's most likely because of the other team will know that he's the lurker. So if he shows his presence towards the front of the pack on mid, they're going to be more secure on that mid position. He actually finds the opening this time on the ramp position though. So they accelerate towards the ramp. Because someone was so deep, they're most likely assuming that someone isn't going to be particularly close. A bit of a failed smoke from Ropz, and D is hiding in on the site. Unfortunately, he finds two of them. Acor now left in a 1v3. Unfortunately, he's not Ropz. He's not able to bring that round back. A nice entry from Ropz on the ramp. Unfortunately, a couple of flubbed bits of utility lead to D having a bit of a one-way and getting a couple of easy frags on the site. Again, he's going towards this mid position. Ropz actually has a hero AK this round, so the money's actually broken for Mousesports this round. But they actually lose the force buy on Ence. Force buy wars is a bit classic here in the current meta. A molly lineup for clearing out mid, a flash coming in. This round Ropz, because he has the AK, he's the only AK in the round. He has to be the one that's quite active in finding any picks and trying to find some space for the team. He has Dexter in support with him to use any utility and salvage the AK if possible. And Ropz is going in first, trying to find these picks. You can see he actually gets boosted off this time. Snappy's actually in a good position to deny this boost, but still holding mid. But the second boost comes in, and easy headshot. You can see how Ropz searches for this opening with this AK, and he finds it with the help of a Dexter in middle. So now, because they've found a pick mid, naturally, Mousesports know that the B side is going to be a little bit weaker, and they head towards there. Dexter's actually rotated round back to mid. Ropz continuing lurking, finds Alu. Unfortunately drops a Doto, but he's done enough work to try and win this round. Frozen on the site, he's found an AK as well. And Acor finds a 1D, Frozen close out the round. Again, we can see Ropz' impact just here. Just with a sole AK and his aim and a bit of quiet lurking, he's managed to find one of the picks in middle. And now a CT timeout, and they've forced by wars again. They've re-forced by it against Ence, and they've broken their money once again. But the force buy, guess what, is coming in for Ence. But we can see that the impact that Ropz had that round, and the rounds that they've won recently. He's the one that's been finding these impact frags, these crucial frags, especially in the last round, finding that opening and the rotation on Alu. Alu should have been more aware. It's actually a push from mid on Ence here again. Another great flash on the mid push from Snappy there and taking out Ropz. Thankfully, Ropz does find one. And in the meantime, Frozen has found one on the A site. So it's a 4v3 situation still for Mousesports. Unfortunately, Ropz does get dropped. So let's just fast forward through this a little bit because the main man is taken out of the round. A site hit coming in. Left side smoke down. Frozen just walking in. Not showing too much presence, but clearing out these angles for Dexter to come in and plant this bomb. U2 isn't there this time round for Ence to deny the plant. Often, obviously, people double nade and Spring's trying to hide in the smoke. But I actually caught that angle from his POV last time. You could just see his little head poking up behind the default box. But yeah, usually it's a thing to deny the plant or try and deny the default plant with util, but with this force buy, there's not enough util for Ence in this case to deny that, and the plant comes in, and the retake is obviously unsuccessful with 3 men up on the side of Mousesports and no real equipment to retake it. Ropz again, this time with Acor in the mid position. And Acor actually finds that push. So that's clearly a call that they made to try and deny this mid push. Since they've done it a couple of rounds on these lower buy situations and they found that opening. Unfortunately, BMAS gets dropped on the B stairs. He gets pushed by all 4 players. So you can't blame him for dying there, but Ence have actually completely rotated over to the A site just here and left B open. So this is an incredible call from Mouse just here. A couple of flash lineups for you there behind Tetris box, some entry flashes to blind people on the B site, and the B site is for free. Ropz throwing down a couple of smokes, another smoke in there to deny the rotates coming in. But you can see the thinking behind that. They completely read Ence on that situation, where they've all stacked towards B. In most likely a pug situation, everyone will be like, oh my god, go A, everyone's on B. And Mousesports, they've slowed things down. 2 more kills actually coming in for Ence just here. So that's actually big, 3 people down. But in the previous round, Mousesports, they slowed things down. They thought, okay, they're probably gonna... They gambled on it, and they did actually rotate over towards that A site. Ence rotated over towards A site, and the B site came in free for Mousesports. We actually have a stack towards mid this round, so again, we're gonna have quite a few players supporting in Ropz. I just need to sneeze. Oh my lord. I apologize. And we're having some aggressive mid maneuvers here. We actually have 4 players from Mousesports here, and they're going in quite fast. Ropz leading the way on the entries, interestingly enough. Doto pushed off of the jump up position. Alu actually mad swings into mid and finds Ropz. It's only Spinks left on the B site, and Frozen has found the man. Alu gets traded, Doto gets traded, and Elevate, CT as well after that push. That mid push works out nicely. Frozen, another easy kill onto the trying to find the flank just there. Obviously, too aware are Mousesports, and the save is just coming in from Snappy just here. Because their money is screwed once again. Counter-terrorist timeout. Are they going to force back in? They could cobble some sort of buy together, but nothing much. So another look from Mouse that last round. A stack towards mid, as opposed to what they've done before. We actually have a bit more aggression from Ropz again on mid just here. Yeah, again, clearing out his angles methodically. showing some presence. Fails his nade line up, unfortunately. I think he was a bit too far back. But he's shown that presence in mid and made Doto wary of him being there. In the meantime, there's a heavy stack towards the ramp position. Acor's actually found Snappy on the ramp, so looks like that's where Mousesports is going to pivot towards going to. Again, Ropz right at the back, just holding this flank. You can see his job here. As Frozen just starts cleaning up on the short position. Ropz still standing at the bottom of ramp as everyone just takes everyone out on the Ence side. Moving into round 14. After these rounds, we can clearly see Ropz's role in this. His default position is the mid position. He's lurking, but he does actually come in first a lot of the time towards his mid position and on the B stairs. So his domain for sure is holding the flank on the ramp position and then sort of finding the picks towards the mid and B stairs sometimes, but mostly towards his mid position. Again, look at the way he clears corners. He doesn't just full on wide swing stuff. He takes his time. He takes some space that he can do, and then he just holds. See if anyone gives him anything. No one's actually here to give him anything, though. The push is actually coming towards B again for the Mousesports side, which again is the right call. There's only one player on B. Snappy's close mid, and he's rotating in. Doto finds one, but this lurk is coming in from Ropz in middle once again. And he finds Deher trying to rotate in through mid. Easy first build accuracy once again. Now Snappy's terrified of him. And he finds the other rotate on Alu. Man, his headshots are just so damn clean, man. It's an 11-3 half so far, and we're moving into round 15. The money is broken for Mousesports, for Ence just here. Mouse very comfortable. We can see the impact again that Ropz had on his lurk. Just letting things come to him, just having that first bit of accuracy and denying any sort of coordination that Ence can have towards retaking that B site. He's just disrupting this mid position, making his presence known. Again, he's pushing in a little bit. How many times have we seen him clear these angles, then hold this? Very methodical. Great crosshair placement. Great first bullet accuracy. He's actually got support in mid at the moment, I believe, from... No, BMS is below. My bad. No one's home in mid at the moment. Couple of trays going on a B though. And Ropz coming down the ladder to support. You can see it's the A call here. They're just taking the space that they can, walking up again. Ropz is actually going to line up this left side smoke for them this time. He's one of the only ones left with a smoke and an interesting underarm Molotov over towards the short position to clear it. These are a couple of entry flashes you can throw towards the A site. Deher actually finds one blind. Ropz through the smoke, clean through to elevator, actually gets the plant down. Standing molly to try and deny the plant, he actually gets dropped by that molly. Frozen though, he comes in, finds one. Unfortunately, Doto actually wins that round and clutches out for Ence. And that's 11-3 half. 11-4, sorry. My bad. But we can see the kind of impact that Ropz has on the game, man. He's been having some incredible games under Dexter's leadership. This is probably because he's taking things slightly differently, taking things into his own hands, which is a really good thing. We can see he's had some really great ratings. This is all against... Oh, whoops. This is all against Ence. He has some great ratings against Complexity. I mean, he's always had great ratings, but these are like insane ratings, man. Unfortunately, he comes up a bit short against FaZe Clan yesterday. FaZe actually playing NIP at the moment. Oh, they were playing NIP. NIP just 2-0'd them, unfortunately. Man, NIP are weird, man. Sometimes they're just like really good, and other times they're not so good. FaZe down 1-2 in the group just here. This is actually going to turn into a spicy group, I believe. Yeah, today Mouse are playing Vitality, so this is probably or supposedly one of the hardest matches they're going to have this group. You would expect Vitality to win. But let's see how Ropz turns up and how he does. But you can. I got really excited after watching this demo actually against Ence from Mousesports. You can clearly see that they have a game plan there. They have the teamwork there. There's a couple of rounds where after rewatching it, where they just they die one by one. They don't really find anything in. They don't really find anything. You can see they're quite a passive team. They are quite a lurky team, judging by this demo just here. Maybe they need to change up their pace a little bit more to really contend with these top teams. They need to sort of have these sort of early engagements rather than just hoping that engagements come to them and then relying on the aim. You can see how Ropz fully relies on. Not relies on his aim, but he trusts his aim so much and the way that he plays. He's so methodical, as I've said like a million times. He bends things into his favor in the way that he plays duels. He definitely plays his life, and that's incredibly important in this game. Staying alive, you actually get to still have impact. We can definitely see the game plan and his role, and the way that the Mousesports are moving around the map as a team and the way they were calling things. Some great calls in Dex from that T half. So it makes me excited about the future of this team more so than maybe watching it from a viewer perspective over the other games. I think they do need to find another rifler that has more experience on his shoulders, a bit more impact, maybe a bit more fiery. Most likely replacing Frozen or BMAS, but we'll see in the long term what happens. Maybe they do find some real form. BMAS or Frozen comes in to be an incredible talent, but so far they've been a bit underwhelming, a bit inconsistent. So hopefully they can find some consistency and really build on something. But let's see how this team goes. I think they'll struggle to get out of this group in the EPL. There's some really great teams. G2 NIP apparently looking good. Vitality. And the new look FaZe Clan. So this is a really tough group to get out. I mean, they're all tough, but I mean, you'd expect sort of G2 Vitality to definitely get through, and then it's a toss up between the other four teams. So we'll see. But yeah, this has been your friendly neighbor Demon. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. This has just been a quick one. Hopefully get some more demo reviews in, and yeah, we'll see you soon.